Presenting the Panasonic Real 3DO Interactive Multiplayer. Congratulations, reality just hit your home.
The Panasonic 3DO was plagued from the start being 1993. And in this video we're going to be taking a look at the console as well as some of its games, but we're going to angle it towards a celebratory approach rather than bashing the console. The 3DO company itself was founded by Trip Hawkins, also the founder of the Amazing Electronic Arts. Now, the company themselves didn't manufacture the 3DO, no. In fact, they were licensed out to different technology groups, and that's why we saw quite a few different variations of the 3DO itself. The 3DO company promised big things, and actually in 1993, Times dubbed this the product of the year. But did it deliver? Unfortunately, it didn't. So it was an exciting time for the upcoming FMV realm and the Panasonic 3DO. But what actually happened? Licensing to independent manufacturers made the system extremely expensive. The manufacturers had to make a profit on the hardware itself, whereas most major game console manufacturers such as Sega and Sony sold their systems at a loss with the expectation of making up for the loss with software sales. The 1990s was such a phenomenal decade for computing and console video games. And I'm talking in particular today about the Panasonic 3DO, which got a pretty rough start due to price being ridiculously expensive. It was nearly $700 US, and it was just completely shrouded by the glory launch of the PlayStation 1. It definitely didn't have its fair share of the market and its fair share of love. But rest assured, today, here in 2022, I'm going to be taking you guys on a journey. We're going to be taking a look at the 3DO. We're going to be doing an unboxing. We're going to be taking a brief look at the console itself. We're going to be demoing the sampler CD, the demo disc that came bundled in with my console, and we're going to be taking a look at a selection of games. Now, speaking of games, the cases themselves came in 3 different formats. We've got the Sega Saturn-esque long box format with the flimsy cardboard. We have the double case units, which we are familiar with from those double case PS1 cases, which seem to be the more sturdier. And then there's the single CD case, which I have lots of those kinds of games in the single cases on the 3DO, and most of them are broken cases. Fortunately, they're easy to swap out with CD cases. So different weird kinds of game casing there, but we're going to take a look now at the unboxing. I'm going to be banging some facts on the screen as well. Don't go anywhere, guys, because I think we need to give some 3DO love from the Team 24 base camp. So stay tuned and let's get into it. The FZ-1 is the model that people typically associate with the Panasonic 3DO, and for me personally, in my collection, I obviously have the FZ-1 and I have a boxed FZ-10. I chose to show this as part of the unboxing purely because it is, in my opinion, one of the most recognised 3DO models, and boy does it weigh a ton. We're going to be taking a little look at the dimensions and just having a look at what you can utilise to plug this into your TVs and or monitors, and then we're going to be testing some games, including the sampler CDs that I'm showing right here, which essentially act as demo discs and have some narration about the console itself and what it can actually do. The controller itself has an ABC front button, a 3.5mm headphone jack, and the L and R buttons on the top. If you want to utilise your 3DO as some couch co-op, you have to plug the 2-player or 3 or 4 into the top of the controller. This is known as the daisy chain method. On the back, you've got your S-video, your RF and your RCA cables, and I hooked mine up through the RetroTink 2X Pro in order to film footage for all of the games that you are seeing right here. Starting with the sampler CD, you boot it up and you get this awesome screen, and you can scroll through and have a little go at some of the demos. Gex is a video, you can't actually play it, as is Slopestyle, you just get a chance to have a look through and take a look at some of the FMV videos. We're going to let some of the remainder of the games play out now, because again I do think that the sampler CD does add quite a bit of value, so if you do pick one of these up, I would suggest that you get a sampler CD. I might even have a spare, and I'll probably do a little giveaway over on my Facebook group should I find the spare, so go and give us a follow over there if that's something that you'd like to get for yourself. A bit like Mario Kart-esque, where you have to defeat your opponents. No such power-ups, but you are equipped with this handy little laser to take out your opponents, which is pretty rad, pretty rad. So Return Fire actually has a really good rating amongst the 3DO library. Star Wars-esque music, I love it. Yes, take that! Infiltrate your base. Yay, liberation! Oh, wait a sec, we got more. I mean, that animation is wicked. That animation, that death animation is absolutely awesome. So we go back to base, and obviously we can pick a brand new mode of destruction here. We had the tank previously, but we've got a helicopter. What looks like some kind of random little buggy vehicle. Obviously the tank. And yeah, it looks pretty good, guys. If the console is switched off, you get this really cool flying through space and dodging asteroids effect, along with the logo collapsing onto the screen, and I think it looks pretty cool. But this next instalment of the episode is going to showcase some of the narration that is built in with one of the sampler CDs, and I think it does encapsulate what this console is really about and what capabilities it really had.
Presenting the Panasonic Real 3DO Interactive Multiplayer. Congratulations, reality just hit your home.
The Panasonic Real 3DO Interactive Multiplayer introduces you to an exciting and fascinating interactive world. With the Real 3DO system, you can enjoy playing 4 kinds of CDs. 3DO CDs are original 3DO titles, such as realistic games and interactive movies. Photo CDs display high-quality photographs on TV. Video CDs play movies in full motion and full color, and audio CDs compose dynamic stereo sound. When you want to see and hear an explanation of the Real 3DO Interactive Multiplayer itself, select the Real section in the center of this screen. Select each of the other sections for an outline of that type of CD and instructions on how to use them. Press A on the 3DO control pad to move on to the next section. Press B and I'll repeat what I've said. Press C to get back to the main menu. Ready? Now use the directional pad to choose the section you want to check out, and then press A. Variety of original games for the real 3DO system that blow away any video game you've ever experienced before.
Pretty neat, and on this particular demo disc, or rather sampler CD, there are 4 things you can have a look at, and I just think it's absolutely captivating. For me personally, I am a huge fan of the Panasonic 3DO, and like I said in the beginning of this episode, we need to celebrate this console in all of its glory and keep it going in this amazing retro gaming community because it's fantastic. Samurai Showdown is next, and a lot of people really enjoyed this, but for me, I don't. I think that the frame rate is absolutely shocking, and whilst the visuals look really pretty and the sprites look nice and they move really well, there's a nice 4 mid and background, I just think that this game's a little bit too slow for me to sink my teeth into. What do you think to Samurai Showdown, guys? Please let me know in the comment section. Road Rash is one of the greatest games on the Panasonic 3DO. It's a formula that works across all platforms. I think it looks great and I think it really sounds great. It plays well, and unlike Samurai Showdown, the latency feels pretty bang on to me. So let's take a look and take a listen in to a little bit of Road Rash on the Panasonic 3DO. Up next is D, which is an interactive movie horror game that really showcased what the 3DO can do, and whilst the gameplay might be a little bit slow, this was relatively well received. It's one of those games that the pacing does feel a little bit lackluster, but if you have some spare time and you like a very slow-paced kind of game, check out D on the 3DO, and if you don't have a 3DO, you can get it on quite a few other platforms as well. Next up then, we're going to be sampling some Starblade. Oh my god, this is Starwing. This is the 3DO Starwing. A very bad 3DO Starwing, but we're going to play it nonetheless, guys. Actually feels quite smooth, to be fair. It's pretty nice, pretty smooth. Frame rate feels nice. I could play this, actually. I could completely play this. I could see myself getting into Starblade.
Energy machine located enemy flagship commander. This is team leader. This is team leader. Enemy fleet has warped towards Red Eye. Pursue and engage Red Eye. Geophone warp point is located. Coordinates set at W726. Warning, warning. Entering enemy's defense line.
The Panasonic 3DO really was and still is a phenomenal console. Having recorded that footage and playing through some of the games and listening and seeing the sampler CDs, it really did want to become something magnificent. And if you were to buy one today, you can expect to pay well over £1,000 on Fleabay with lots of games bundled in. And it tends to be those forgotten consoles and games that are now costing us more money, but we're not getting into that. What I want to get across in this video is just how fantastic the 3DO really is, with some really good games. Don't expect to get a good port of Doom on there, you know, dive into a bit of Doom on 3DO, but you can still enjoy some really nice games like Gex and such like. So what I want to know from you guys are, what are your 3DO memories? Tell me whether it's from a birthday or a Christmas, and let's celebrate this amazing console together in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching. My name's Gemma, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.